Hi, my name is Will Litton. I'm from GAK.co.uk and today we're going to be demoing the MPC Live from Akai. First of all, we're going to be looking at some of the hardware on the back. So we've got the 6 main outs which are balanced jacks. We've got the phono and the ground for if you want to be recording in a turntable. We've got our 2 left and right jacks there which you can plug in, or you can maybe plug in a couple of guitars depending on what you want to be doing. You've also got your MIDI here, so you've got 2 ins and 2 outs, and that can be used to control devices, so you can send information out and you can also send information in. And you've also got 2 USB 3.0 ports, so that's what we will be doing with that, where you can plug your USB sticks in and you can also connect it up to a computer and control the VIP software from there. So this product is running the 2.0 software, and it's basically, as you can see, got the same design as the MPC Touch, but they've put a powerful computer in, and that computer has 2 GB of RAM and also has 10 GB of pre-installed content on there, so you can use that, and that's from loop masters and everything there. So let's dive straight into it. Here I'm going to show you a little bit of a demo from it. We've got the clip launching going on and you can see from there. All right. So that was the clip launching functionality. As you can see, when the clips play, we've got our pads here. So here we're going to dive in to a new project, so we can open up and have a look at the pads. So here we just go new, and we don't want to save that, and then it will load up the new bits to reinitialize it. And that's the beautiful thing about the MPC, is that you can just switch between products really easily and have a look at different projects. Say you're not feeling it, then you can go to another one. So here, I'm going to select one of the many presets we got here. We were just on the clip, showing the clip functionality, and now we're going to go on to the future house. So let's just select that. Loads in all of the presets for you, all of the sounds, and you can always change them around later. So here we've got all of our sounds onto here. So here we've got the kick, we've got snare, or the clap, sorry. And then we can also use, as I say, we've got the note repeat up here. So here we got our hat. We can hold this down, as you can see on the screen here, it comes up with a little time signature. So here I'm on 1/16. If I hold that, then I can actually make it go and repeat. So it's quite a diverse amount of pads and what we can do with them, and we can also record straight in. So if we go into software here and we go to the grid square, here's all of our MIDI. So we've got 16 pads to play with, and here we've already got some pre-programmed in bits. So if we press play, so here we can see that we've got our kick at the bottom, and then we've got our other bits playing at the top there. So if we just go to kick, it selects it on the MIDI, and that's good because it allows us to know what we're seeing. So say we want to add the clap on to the second note of every beat, we can literally just make sure that the pencil's selected at the top of the kit there and press in, and that's put the note in. And then we can duplicate that across just like that, and it's as easy as that. So we wanted to get rid of that, then we've got the erase function. So we can either just erase it straight away, and that just gets rid of the note, so then we can just carry on doing what we're doing, or we can just select the whole lot with the selection tool. That's great if you've got a whole line or a row of MIDI that you want to get rid of, and it just makes it so much easier instead of faffing around with each one. It can get really annoying. Akai have made that really easy. So we'll just go back to the erase and we'll erase that out. So the last one is the navigation. So the navigation is really easy. So we can, as everyone's got your phone, then you'll be able to use this screen. We can just pinch it, and it's really easy because it's actually a 7-inch multi-touch screen, and that makes it really responsive and really nice to use. So we can actually swipe across and have a look at the whole track. And if we want to, just like any DAW that you're used to, simple as just zoom in. So as you can see, we've got the main structure for the track, so we can have a little listen to it from here. Now, the main thing is we want it to follow. So let's do settings and auto scroll, and now it will follow the MIDI so we can actually see what it's doing. And that's really useful, especially if you don't want to have to keep scrolling. It gets really boring. So, next section of the song. So we've got our controls down here as well that I've been using, and we want to make sure that we know what we're doing with them. So first of all, we've got Shift, which allows you to access all your different functions. Shift allows you to access things like half levels, and as I said earlier, your different pads. So go back to the first one. We've got our menu, which will bring up the menu, and we'll dig into some other options in a minute, but for now we'll keep on the main screens. We've got main. Now this is really useful. So say we're in another part of the screen, let's go to the sampler, and we want to just get back to the main screen. Either we're a bit lost or we just need to get back to the main bit. Just press main, straight back. So easy, so useful. We've got the undo, which allows you to undo. You've also got the redo function, which is Shift, same place, nice and easy. And we've also got the copy and delete function. That makes it also easy because we've got copy, delete and erase. Erase is at the top there, but it makes sense because if you want to be playing the pads, we want to be erasing something, then we can actually just hold there and actually hold the pad, and that makes it a lot more sense. So we've also got record and overdub. Most of the time you'll want to be using overdub. So here, if I go back, scroll all the way back to the beginning. See here? We go back here, it's following, we can stop it, turn it off, go back, straight to the front. As you can see, it's quite a long way, but we're there. So, obviously, if you want to be recording, you can just record straight in and that will over anything else. But mainly for use if you're going to be recording in something like a guitar, something like that. If you want to be building a drum track, then you're going to be using overdub because you want to be putting your claps in. You just select it like that, everything will start flashing with the compatible options, and then you just press play. So we got that in, and then we've got stop, play, then play start, and that'll just play from the beginning, which is what we want. So say I wanted to put the clap in, let's do that. Turn on overdub, play from the start. And now, and it's really diverse. We can also manipulate these claps now. So as you see, I put them on the first beat, we want it on the second beat. So if we use our selection tool, they're already selected, but I'll show you how to use it. We've got that there. And then we can actually move all of our bits with the pencil tool. So we can either snap them to the grid by moving them, and it will actually snap them in. Oh, drawing them in there. Excuse me for that. Let's zoom in and actually get rid of that one. Select this one. There we go, and now we can move it. So I move that, but say I want it slightly off beat, then we can actually go don't snap, and that will allow me to move it. But as you see, it's a little bit hard, my fingers are a little bit chubby. So what we can do, we can actually use the rotary knob here. And basically we've got 4 of the rotary knobs, and that allows you to change little bits of the track. Or we've got the master rotary knob as well, which allows you to change most of the function. Mainly if you don't want to use the screen, or you've got some sort of use for the rotary knob instead, like you're using a CDJ, you're going to be used to using that, so it just makes things a lot easier. So now we're going to look at the sequences. Here at the top, the main sequences are the different sections of your track. So here we've got one house template. We can also select the BPM of the track, and the good thing about the MPC is the time stretching sounds really good. So if I press play here, and I speed it up, as you can see, it may sound a little bit too sped up because it's not the right genre, but the time stretching is really good. All of the audio samples are stretched but don't sound pitched differently. They all sound really, really nice. So that's a good thing that Akai have done there. So I'm going to put that back down to 120. Here we've got the other options as well. We've got amount of bars, time signature, so the start and the end, how long we want it, and then we've also got transposition, which we can toggle on and off. Next, we've got the tracks, so we can select that, and here I'm going to use the master rotary wheel, and we can actually select through our tracks. And as you can see, the RGB pads will actually be changing colour to let us know the different type it is. So at the moment, we've got a drum rack here, and all the different pads are different colours, which we can set in the settings. We've also got instrument rack here, so here I'm in pad A, and that's kind of like octaves, so we can look at it that way. So if I go to B, so as you can see, you've got the velocity there, and we can also play it like an instrument. If we go back to the piano roll on that note, as you can see, it's changed to piano, so we can kind of see what we're doing and it's not all static. So let's go back to the main screen. So that's our tracks. So that's all the tracks in our sequence. And then we've got the program. So here, if we go back, we've got all the samples in here. So if we select our track, you can see it changes. So for our drum kit, we've got the implemented preset that's in the vault, which is the software and the content that comes on it. We've got the Future House content kit, cocktail kit, sorry. And that is the drums. And then if we change the track, as you see, it all changes. And obviously this is a key group program because it's actually a bass and not a drum rack. So that explains the main parts of the screen. The last thing I'm going to really be telling you about today is the sampling, obviously, because this is a sampler. So first of all, if we go into the sample edit, we've got our main sample loaded in here, and that's the bass. Now, as I said about the time stretching, it's really, really useful and it sounds really good. But we've got our main bits. We've got the start, which we can edit with the multi-touch screen really nicely. So we can change the starts. So now if I, here you can see that I'm actually editing the sound. So if I wanted to make it a bit shorter and a bit snappier, you can see that we can do that really easily, and that will help with a wide range of samples, just allow you to make your tracks really versatile and make everything really snappy. So we've also got the loop option, so we can loop bits around. We've got the start and end point. If we hold it down, then we can loop it. We've also got the slicing, which you can slice up, say, a drum loop and then play it on the pads. So we can also change the tuning, and this is what I meant about the pitch correction. So here we can use the master rotary knob and pitch it up, say 12. And as you can see, even though it's pitched up by 12, it doesn't seem to distort and it doesn't seem to stretch and sound pixelated, and that's due to the software. So put that back down, we can set the BPM, which we can also detect, say if it's a loop, which is really, really handy and makes it a lot easier to deal with drum samples. And then we've also got the root note, which means that we'll set it to the pad anywhere on there. So last of all, we got the sampler. Now this is really, really nice. If you put something in via the phono or anything like that, then it will pick it up. And all you have to do is press record. Once it's armed, waits for a signal, and then you record. And as you can see, you've got the timer. You can select the input there. So at the moment, say I've just got my sample, which I'm just going to discard, but you can save. You've got your inputs, which you can use, whether you want it stereo or mono, and how loud you want it. And that really gives you the ability to change if you've got a record player coming in, if you've got a guitar coming in, anything. It just allows you to really have it all in this one box. So, the last thing in the main screen is the projects. So if we go here, we go into the menu, and we go into the browser. Here we've got two different sections. We've got places. This is all the bits internalized, so we can go on internal, and that just gives us like a browser, something like if you would have on a computer. And then you've also got content, and this allows you to access clips from the vault and anything you've imported. And the vault is that 10 GB of content that I was telling you guys about earlier. Really useful, really good samples. So if I go on drums, say I want to listen, tap on it and it just loads. Perfect. If I want to load that into my project, easy. Just load that. It's now loading the kit in. I can still hear it, but that's all done now. And that's the speed of the processor inside. So as you can hear, more samples. We've also got basses as well, and just a lot to play around with. So yeah, that's really it guys with the MPC today. I've been well, and I hope you enjoyed. Take care.